I'm live. Hello, hello, hello. I know when I'm live and everyone can see me because I get my magical comment come up. There it is. So people will start seeing me now. So hi everybody. Just popping on Tuesday. I'm going to try and do Tuesdays and Thursdays as an ongoing evening when and where I can to do readings, to come on and do lives. So if you don't see me on one, you'll see me on the other. On Thursday, I have a live with Laura of Ascending Butterflies. So hopefully you guys can join us for that on Thursday evening. If you're there, say hello. Feel free to say hello. But yes, tonight is, I have a couple of people who have donated and I will be reading for them first, or as a priority when they come on. And I also have, you can request a reading. I will be honoring having or offering free readings, but obviously I need to see comments. I'm not seeing any comments. I'm just going to go on to the live and make sure I'm not missing anything. My computer's being really awkward. It says I am live, so that's good. So let's see. Sorry guys. Also, blessed Letha, everybody. Happy summer solstice. I'm just checking that I'm not missing any comments that are coming up. There are reactions, but it's telling me no one's watching and no one's commenting. So I wonder if I need to change it. So if anyone's watching, you just put a hi. Just put a hi, and then at least I know some. Or I could put a hi to myself, couldn't I? Really, and go from there and see if it's working. If it's my end that's the problem. Sorry, everybody. Nothing like technical difficulties. Let's comment. There you go. People are popping up now. Sorry, I've just commented on my own live because I wasn't seeing anything. I thought there was a problem. So, hi, Sheena. So, blessed leader to everybody who is celebrating or doing their solstice celebrations. Today is the longest day of the year. I am really good, thank you, Sheena. I had an asthma checkup today at the doctors, and it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I need to bring my blood pressure down a little bit, but other than that, it was all really good. It was a really good day. And the sun's shining, and I got to have a boba tea, and the world is all good. So, Sheena, as you are here, I will pull a card for you while we're here. So, how is everybody today? It's been quite warm since this afternoon. It was quite cold this morning and then warm this afternoon. So, right. Let's see, what do we have for Sheena? What do we have for Sheena? So yeah, if anybody has any tips for how you can bring your blood pressure down, that would be great. Because I've always had low blood pressure, and today she went, oh, that's quite high. Can you monitor it for a week? Okay. It's freezing in Scotland? No way. Okay, actually, I'm not going with that one because that feels... I went with anything that had something to do with today's Sabbat. So I went with Embroidered Forest because it's all nature. I went with the Sacred Bee because it's got a sunflower on the front and that's the flower of today. And then I went with Likely Tarot, and we have the Druidcraft as well. So okay, Sheena, for you, the first thing that we have is Three of Cups. I love the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is kind of celebrating, but if you look, it's one cup pouring into another, pouring into another, pouring into another. And that's what community is all about, right? That's what friendships are all about, supporting each other in a roundabout way. Ah, does it? Good time to have some sushi then. Although obviously not put the salt in the sushi and not add to the salt. I've been looking at crystals and all sorts today because that's what I do. Okay, we then have the Two of Swords, some sort of impasse or choice of direction. Let's see. And the High Priestess. Oh. Hi, Leonie. Let's have a look. High Priestess. Just want to check. Okay, Melissa's on. So for this one, hi, blessed, happy solstice, everybody. With this then, in that way, I love that these are oak leaves, first of all, because oaks are solid and sturdy and support, deep rooted, they last the ages. These are close people in your inner circle. Olives. I like olives. And it feels like there's energy, olives. It feels like there's an energy of a discussion or conversation that maybe you don't want to have with one or a few friends or people in your circle. But it feels like the time is coming. You'll know when, and you'll know how to navigate the situation. I think you can feel that there's a hi Tinks. I'll get to you in a second. I wanted to make sure you're online before I did it. This conversation to honor, is it to honor boundaries? But there's a conversation or a direction. Hi everybody. It's about you sticking to your true north, what matters to you, where you feel called to go and to follow that direction. And I don't know if people around you are trying to sway you away from the path that you know you should be taking. And that you know if you take a certain path, people are going to have things to say. People are perhaps, and these are people that matter most to you. That's why you care what they think and you care what they say. But this is about you following your path, following your intuition, following what you know is the right thing for you to be doing. I don't know if there's something to do with mushrooms, but these two twos have lotuses on the bottom. And twos are about decisions and changing and choosing directions. And your intuition is already telling you everything you need to know about this situation. This is just an initial challenge to go through before you kind of really expand and really grow. But it's coming in. This could be within the next 4 weeks that this happens. And it could have been brewing up for a few months. Maybe this is the house move coming, maybe. But it feels more like it's relationship based. Like there'll be a need for support and then they'll be asking for help or asking for direction. But it's about you knowing what's best, you understanding the energies and you knowing how to navigate that and trusting that part of yourself to do that. You're already intuitive enough and capable enough. Maybe that is to do with moving. Maybe that's a conversation if you have friends where you live right now and you're having to leave them. Maybe that's what it is. It's I know this is the right path and I know this is the way I have to grow, but I don't want to say goodbye, but I have to say goodbye, or I have to say see you later, or have some form of conversation. Dandelions are resilient. There are dandelions on there as well, and they follow the sun as well. You will manage to put down roots wherever you move to. You will find people. Maybe you don't want to talk to new people or open yourself up to new people, but the opportunity will be there. You'll know how to navigate the situation and how to connect with new people. You don't want to leave a horse behind. No, I can imagine you wouldn't want to. Can you not take them with you? Maybe there's a way that you can. I hope that's helpful in some way, Sheena. And there on the bottom is the reason I picked this deck. Queen of Cups as a magpie. Queen of Cups is my card. It's my card. It's my Cancer Lady card. I love it. Okay. So, while I've got a few of you on as well, I'm going to be doing a giveaway this week because it's my birthday on Sunday. So I'm going to be doing a giveaway of a reading. And that can be either a video reading where it's face-to-face, a Zoom call, and it'll be, or you can choose, if you're not comfortable having a video call, I can do a recorded reading for you as well. But I'm going to be doing a giveaway. So keep an eye out on the page and in the group. I might do one on each, one in the group and one on my page, but I'm going to be doing a birthday giveaway because it's my birthday. It's my birthday. So yeah, on Sunday. And I said that to this tarot class this week, and they went, "You're going to teach on your birthday?" And I went, "Yeah. Why are you doing that?" And I went, "Because it's my favorite thing to do. So why would I not do that on my birthday? You get to do what you want on your birthday." So yeah. Thank you. I will be back on again on Thursday as well. On Thursday at 7:30, I'm dragging Laura on with me from Ascending Butterflies. So you can all come and join us for readings then as well. So, Tinks. Had to check that it was Tinks. Tinks is there. And if anyone sees Melissa Hayden turn up, can you tell me so that she doesn't miss out? Okay. All my memories are coming up from on my Facebook from my 30th, and at the moment, which is obviously 7 years ago because I'm 37. Hi, Mark. And or I will be 37, which means, by the way, people, that it's 26 weeks to Christmas on Sunday. So I will be 37. But all my memories are coming up, and I'm seeing all the people that I loved 2 houses ago when we were in the forces, and all my friends, and oh, it was beautiful. I loved that posting. Oh, it was so much fun. We had karaoke. I got drunk. My parents didn't know I was drunk. My family came down from Essex to join us for the evening. My uncle was over from America, not for my birthday. I think he was just over, or was he living here at that point? I can't remember. But all my family came and my friends were there, and it was amazing. Anyway, let's see what we have for and my cake was based on, my husband bought me a painting by a lady called Sean Story, and the cake is based on that painting that he bought me. So where I was all about hummingbirds and cherry blossom, because that was my old business name, Cherry Blossom in the Market Square, which is a line from the song Kayleigh. So, which I was named after, by the way. I'm kind of glad because my parents had some names picked out for me that I would not have liked, being me, who I am now. So I'm grateful to Meridian for releasing that. So we have for Tinks. No, Kyle, that you were in Scotland. I was in Odium for my 30th. Although Scotland was fun. We used to they used to wrestle on my trampoline when we had barbecues and stuff. Okay, so Tinks. First card I have for you is the Six of Swords. And again, there's this arrow on there of moving forward, moving from not feeling, so moving from a place that is kind of survival mode into something where we can start to, we're still on the healing journey, we're still on the processing journey, but it's not as rough waters as it was. We found a place where we can find a bit of calm from the emotions for a while and kind of navigate, okay, I'm out of that situation right now. Where do I need, what do I need to bring in where I am now in order to start processing all that stuff that happened? Um, and sometimes that's reminding us that when we're triggered, we're not in the same place anymore. We're not in that moment anymore. We're actually in a different place. And so we need to um, remind ourselves of that. However, I have, as I just said, you have moved from a place of not being safe to a place where you are more secure and you can start processing emotional trauma, or you have been in that place. You've got to that place and we've started processing old triggers, old shadow that's coming up. The next card that I have for you is the Sun. I love that it has a Highland coup on there, and it is, the Sun is clarity. The Sun is that aha moment. It is warming up everything that felt cold, and it's bringing everything back to life again. As the earth is, most of the things that live on earth are heliotropic. We look for the sun, we want its warmth, we want its light for us to be able to grow. I mean, we literally need sunlight to help our bones maintain themselves, because that's how we process, we need the vitamin D to take up the vitamin C. And with this, it's clarity coming from our skin being warmed up. That's what I'm saying, is like I'm sat in the sun and the skin is being warmed up and I'm getting some sort of clarity. Um, we then have the Ten of Swords, and normally the Ten of Swords feels bad. It also has that arrow on it again of direction. And the Ten of Swords comes at that point where things aren't ever going to be um, anywhere near as bad as it was. And that will, it will never be any worse than it was in that moment, but it will never reach that bottom again. That was rock bottom. There was something there, and it feels like you are giving some of the narratives an ending and tying up those ends and your thought processes around things, that's come from this clarity, that's come from this shining lights on things and bringing things out. Also, they've just said the words beast of burden. You are not a burden. I don't know why there's this energy of a beast being a burden, but you do take on a lot. Um, so yeah, with the Ten of Swords, there is that finality that comes with that. It's like we hit rock bottom and built the way back up. What's coming in after that closure of giving all these endings and cutting and severing cords and um, giving finality to old narratives. They don't apply anymore. And I think you've realized that the old things you were maybe telling yourself don't apply anymore. We then move into the Ace of Pentacles with the Emperor. And the Ace of Pentacles is the opportunity to bring in, I think, for you, a new way of navigating and working in the 3D world. Um, looking at opportunities, because this is an ace, so you're not necessarily taking it just yet, but kind of mulling over ideas of, well, what do I want my life to look like? What would I like to work towards? What would I like my kingdom, to look like, and how could I build that up to an empire? What do I want my family dynamic to be like? What do I want my home to feel like? What do I want me? What do I feel like my physical, how do I feel comfortable in my body? What do I want to experience on this earthly plane? And it's looking at all the opportunities, because this is an opportunity that isn't going to leave you. The opportunity for you to expand your um, physical world in any way you want to develop it is really there to for you to claim and to plant that seed. And then you have the Emperor as the final card that I pulled for you, and the Emperor is um, very much starting to put, because the Emperor has an empire, has the empire, right? And he's always looking to expand the horizons. How can I expand what I have? It's very much Jupiter kind of energy, although it is Mars energy. It's that expansion energy. And it's being prepared, because I feel like there's more fight in you now to say, oh, do you know what? No, I can have that, and I do deserve that. And it's almost like stepping up, taking up space and claiming the life that you want, and starting to put structure into that, because that's what the Emperor does. He brings up structure. He's numbered 4, so he has stability and solidity to him. And he has a vision of where he wants it to go, and he also has a plan of how to do that. And he also knows that he can call in other people to action some of those things, because the Emperor doesn't sit there building the kingdom. He doesn't sit there fighting on the front lines all the time. Sometimes he is the guy in the middle that goes, hey, could you do that for me? And hey, can you make sure that we have a harvest this year? Could you take that on for me? You're head of farming and food resources, and you're head of the armed forces, and you're head of water supply or whatever. So some of these things, maybe you requesting things to be brought to you, or requesting and having conversations and networking so you can bring certain things into your life, for a way of working. But this is about you looking at, I am very secure where I am right now. Hi, Melissa, you are next. Being secure in where you are and understanding that you have a life that is comfortable, and you want to expand that and have the life that you have the life that you need. But it's almost like, what do I want? And allowing yourself to expand into that space and finding a way to put that plan into motion. There is structure with the Emperor, putting things in place so that you can build that kingdom up for you. And on the bottom, you have the 7 of Cups, which is, as we learn, and you have the Queen of Cups. I love this, the Queen of Cups, and then the Knight of Pentacles as well, and the Ace of Cups under that. And the 7 of Cups is that daydream. Look at all the possibilities, dream up the possibilities. You don't have to follow all of them. Some of them may be pie in the sky, some of them may never happen, but it doesn't matter. It's about starting to look at possibilities, because if you don't consider any option, you're not going to take any of them. But you need to be considering and dreaming up wonderful scenarios that you feel you would like or enjoy. And with the Queen of Cups, it's allowing your intuition and being in a more balanced, healed, emotional state, where you can then, with the Knight of Pentacles, start to plant that seed, that opportunity, and saying, hey, yeah, that is the one that I want. And I will claim that seed, and I will plant it. I'm going to go for that one, and I'm going to work my ass off, and I'm going to commit everything I have to making that one happen. Because it will make me happy, and it will make me fulfilled emotionally, as well as physically, as well as everything else. Yeah, just go with it. You don't have to commit to anything at any point. You will commit when you are ready. And that ace is never going to leave. That opportunity is never going to leave you. That life is there for you to claim whenever you want to claim it. An emperor stakes a claim on the land that he wants. And maybe that's part of it. You want to stake a claim on some land. But it's there. Dream up the possibilities, and then just see if there's a way to start building towards that future. Start building up your kingdom, your empire, so to speak. I hope that's helpful, Ems. Tinks, Ems, same thing. Different profile, same thing. Tinks. I love it. I wish I could. What would I have called myself if I had a second profile? I do have a secret second profile, just so everyone's aware. I do have a secret one, but that's so if I get kicked off my page, which I managed a few weeks ago, I can get back on it through the other profile, because they both are. I'm glad it was helpful. Melissa, Maggie. I always wanted to be called Jasmine. I always wanted to be Princess Jasmine, and it's only when I've grown up I've realised, no, I liked Princess Jasmine. So, okay, Melissa. Okay, let's see what we have for you. Hi, Eloise. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am on, by the way, if you see me talking to someone and you can't see the comments, I am on Twitch, I am on YouTube, and I am on Facebook all at the same time. Feed the man-child. Yes. Oh, Kitty, why have you got a different name? Okay. Okay. I love it. See, Kitty's got another name as well. Have we all got second secret profiles somewhere? Maybe we have. Okay. Melissa Hayden. What do we have for Melissa Hayden? Just so we can see who it is. So I'm honouring the ones that have donated just now. So if you've donated, let me know. If not, I will then move on to the free ones after that. I like to honour the ones that have donated because it's only fair, equal exchange. Okay, Melissa. Okay, we have strength. We have 3 of Wands. The Star. Oh, I love this. The 6 of Pentacles and the 2 of Cups. Oh, wow. Okay. So it's paypal.me/Magpie Moonchild. No, either. It doesn't matter actually if it's Magpie Moon or Magpie Moonchild. Just tell me that you have. Magpie Moon will go to my main one. I even have a secret second Magpie Moonchild PayPal as well. So there you go. Which only Alison normally pays me into because I don't know. I put up a link once that had Magpie Moonchild and it was actually Magpie Moon. So I had to create the other one because people kept trying to pay it to that one. So, but yeah. I'll put it here. I'll put it along the bottom, actually. I've got that. I promise, Melissa, I am coming right now. I'm just... There you go. Yeah, funny sound effect, Terry. Very funny. So, it's along the bottom of the ticker. So, Melissa, for you, we have strength. And strength is where we are trying to balance the innate energies within us. So our what I call the fire energies. So the animalistic kind of energies, very base chakra energies of sex, balance, stability, fear, wanting, needing, innate things that we intuitively, instinctively, rather than intuitively, instinctively need in our life, or the impulses that would push us towards that. And balancing that with the human condition that we are, allowing our brain to and our emotions to temper those animalistic energies in a way that gets us through from moment to moment. So when the strength comes up, it tends to mean that either we have huge fear that we're trying to navigate and balance, or it could be that we are trying to balance pain or passion and drive and that kind of real bear with a sore head energy, like, oh, I'm hurting, I need, anybody comes across me, I'm going to get angry at them, or oh, I'm really want food, or it's that kind of base instinct, animalistic instinct, and tempering that, finding a way with wisdom to temper that. Following that, we have the 3 of Wands, and we have the Star. These are really cute. These are the new version of this deck. With the 3 of Wands, it's something that we feel compelled to go and bring into the world, which again, it is tempering those passions, that drive, that want into the 3D world, and harnessing that in a healthy way so that we are productive. So we can start going, instead of just going, I need this and I need that, you start to bring in planning or direction. Okay, well, if I need to bring this into the world, then I need to start taking this step and this step and this step. And that's what it is with the Star. It's about having this aspiration of something that you want to bring into your life And it's about taking the steps, even if it's slowly by slowly, but making sure you're taking the time to build it up solidly, not just rushing because you feel like that's what I need to do right now and kind of jumping straight into it. It's about taking the time to research that and put a plan into place of how you can build that up. Because if you don't build that up strongly, then that isn't going to stand the test of time or the seasons or the weather that's needed. So this is about building up something that you really desire to have in your life, that aspiration of what it is you want to achieve, whether that's um, a healthier life, whether it's a relationship that you want to build up healthy, whether it's your home, whether it's your career, whatever your aspiration is, it's about taking the time to do that. And this may well be to do with the relationship. And I only say that because, first of all, we have the Six of Pentacles, which is about mutual give and take and a healthy balance, especially in the material world. And I don't mean necessarily money. I mean having equal value energy exchange. So this could be, I don't know, if you say you have two people in a relationship and they have a child, and it's, do you want to, your value, if you choose to be the stay-at-home parent, could be, you go, well, I'm not bringing money into the house, so I don't have value. You absolutely do. Could you imagine how many hours of childcare you would have to fork out at monetary value on top of a cleaner, on top of um, bringing in takeaway meals or anything like that? So it's about recognizing value in a different way other than finance, but it does have material, tangible, evidential value, energy exchange. So it's about supporting each other in that way. And sometimes we are the one that gives, and sometimes we are the one that receives. And I say that because we also have this Two of Cups, which to me would suggest that this is to do with a close personal relationship of some kind, um, that may have um, be requiring maintenance or a review or strengthening up. Because when we build up our tower, when we build up this life that we envision for ourselves, sometimes we can rush the steps. And if we rush the steps, we will miss a crack in the wall. And then when a storm hits, water gets into it. And it may not fall down in that time, but then it will hit winter, and that crack will get expanded because water will come in and expand the gap. And eventually, over time, because it hasn't been maintained and filled in and been checked over and just kind of reviewed and gone over, it can all come tumbling down. Even though you intended to build it up strongly, you've missed a bit, or there's some flaw in the structure that means that if it's not maintained and gone back over, that it will affect the integrity of everything that's being built. So I don't know if there is this future that you're looking to build, and it's about making sure that you don't skip the steps, that there are certain things that are vital that will ensure that this future is is weatherproof, is stormproof, is future-proofed in some way. Um, and with it being the Six of Cups and the Two of Cups and the Six of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles is about give and take, and sometimes it's being materially abundant and remembering to share that. And equally, it's about if you are feeling constriction materially, whether that's finances, tactile touch in a relationship, um, or just even within the house dynamic, somebody helping, like somebody doing the dishes. It can't be one person all the time, or it can't be one person cleaning all the time. Just because somebody goes out and earns financial money doesn't mean that the person in the house doesn't deserve support too, because they are running around doing the bits and bobs, if that makes sense. Video taken all seafood, but not with salt. Oh, okay. I'll have a look at that, Sheena, in a bit. So yeah, if this is to do with a relationship, it's about recognizing that, especially with the Two of Cups as well, it's about pouring into each other's cups. So if it's having two people that are choosing how to do that, okay, and that's kind of really what the energy is with the Six and the Two. It's about balancing that all together and harmonizing that. Um, I'm recognizing value isn't just money, it's also time, it's effort, it's sharing chores, it's sharing household items that need doing. Um, Okay, Ten of Swords with the Knight of Cups, the King of Wands, and I knew Temperance was going to come out. I knew it. I knew it as I was. Anyway, sorry. So, Ten of Swords is things, old behaviors and patterns and processes that maybe you have already brought to an end, and that you've had to have conversations or end things. And I don't mean end the whole relationship or the whole thing entirely. What I mean is there are aspects of it that were causing too much anxiety, too much stress, or taking too much of a cut in your confidence that you have to stop. You have to stop it. And that may well be that something happened, ends were made, and there is this recommitting emotionally, spiritually to the things that you want to balance, to bring in, like, what is bringing me joy? I'm only going to commit to it if it brings me happiness or fulfillment or satisfaction in some way. We then have the King of Wands, which is taking that Three of Wands energy and really harnessing it and honing it until it is absolutely um to a place where, first of all, you inspire others, but you can inspire others to also be their best version of themselves, or to talk to them in such a way that they almost think it's their own idea, that they do something in a different way. And it's about finding a creative solution around conflicts or conversations. And it's just changing them. It may be that at the moment you're talking in a emotional, watery kind of way, how something makes you feel, but if it's with the King of Wands, it's almost inspiring them in some other way, that it's almost their own idea. Because I think if there's this emotional aspect to a conversation, I don't know if they feel like you're not, by the way you're wording it probably isn't, but they're receiving it as a guilt trip, like, oh, you're making me feel bad because of XYZ. And it's like, I'm not making you feel bad. And it's just changing the dynamic and finding a way for you to communicate. And the fact that this is coming up in that balance, that give and take, water and fire being balanced in some way, um, it's finding that you may be two completely opposite things and trying to find that compromise in the middle, where everything really does run smoothly and everybody is getting that fair energy exchange, and everybody is getting um, perhaps not everything that they want, but there is enough concession on either side that it kind of divvies up fairly in order for you both to gain exponentially as a blend, as a balance. And it's just finding the way that everything navigates. And sometimes that's the path of least resistance, um, where it's, oh, okay, that is a hard line for you. Okay, then I will honor that. This is a hard line for me, and take it from the hard lines to the soft lines and work your way in that way, until you get the blend just right that works for you. I don't know if fire person likes to give flowers as an apology, um, but there really is this sweet. I actually own the original hoop of this. It's on my altar. It's in my altar in the lounge. Um, and it is this beautiful blending of fire and water, of opposites, the masculine and the feminine, and finding a way for those energies to blend so that you can be the most productive and most inspiring and to make the most progress. I mean, wands is the fastest suit, and this is the king. This is harnessing it, harnessing that animalistic energy in the most beautiful way, tempering it with water, with emotional aspects as well, and spiritual aspects, in order to navigate to its fullest potential. I hope that's helpful in some way, Melissa. It is just about balance. It's about finding the balancing point where everybody kind of gets fair exchange of that. Okay, I'm just gonna double check some stuff. Okay, it could be on that one. Hang on, I've just realized I've put sorry, I'm just going to check. Uh, oh, jeez. It was that one. So there we go. It's popped onto me, telling me on Does anybody else have that where it's WhatsApp on your phone, on your computer? It's really confused me. So, okay. So, who was it that said they donated? Cheryl. Cheryl. Okay. Cheryl. Flint. Okay, well, I'm going to go with the bees for you. I'm feeling the bees. Feel the bees' knees. Okay. Okay. Considering things that we have the Knight of Cups. Sorry, I should share that with you. Considering things that potentially could bring you some sort of emotional or spiritual satisfaction, and looking at where you invest your time and energy so that it does bring you contentment. I want to say joy, but I feel like it's more contentment. We always seek joy all the time. Everyone's like, oh, seek joy, seek happiness. That's unattainable. You can't be happy all the time, but you can be content. Oh, what is that I'm smelling? Is that Palo Santo? Palo Santo? Is that what it is? It smells amazing. And that's funny because I don't have any near me. Hi, Mina. We then have the Two of Discs, which is change, a change in the material world. There's an element of control with that, though. And twos, again, are about balance and finding balance within the 3D world, the material, as everything that is tangible to us world, finding balance. And then we have the Four of Swords, recovery, healing. And daisies. And I kind of feel like that's what it is. It's you got the same card. I love this. Balancing finance, yeah. And I don't know if that's because you are, maybe there is a form of recovery, making a recovery plan with regards to finance, maybe. But there is a healing aspect to that, to taking and balancing and finding a way to navigate that, because there is something that you want to do that will make you happy or make you fulfilled. There is a dream, perhaps, that you really want to invest your time and effort into because you know it will be fulfilling. And this isn't about the material, this is about emotional and spiritual fulfillment for you. This isn't about it making lots of money. This isn't about, which is why possibly you're trying to navigate the money and balance the money and make plans with the money aspect, the material aspect, so that you can go and do that, so that you can go into that with your mediumship, possibly. You have the alchemy card, which is temperance. In the this is Thoth based deck, so it has slightly different meanings. But you can read Rider-Waite-Smith on a Thoth deck, and you can read Thoth on a Tarot de Marseille deck. All these wonderful things. It's just what system you learn and how. Some of it obviously is more fine tuned with those decks, but there is this energy of, as you are doing, you've been working through your healing and you've been trying to navigate a lot of shadow work has been done, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of pain been come up, a lot of grief coming up to be processed, and finding ways of navigating the way you talk to yourself as well. I don't know if you've been using affirmations, but it's finding a balance, finding a way to balance your time and the way you have your life set up. Because if this is to do with your mediumship and that having alchemy, it's finding a way that you can maintain and balance everything you have now. You don't have to lose what you have now. You can build up mediumship on as a side hustle, for want of a better description, and work the two together. There is this balancing act, and of Pentacles is about balancing the material world, and alchemy is about balancing our spiritual with our instincts, finding the blend of the spiritual and the emotional and the physical and the inspirational, and bringing it all together in the most productive way. Oh, enjoy the evening. Yes, do it. So yeah, evenings and weekends, you can start building that up. You could start with, say, free reading, doing something like this where you do a live or free readings, and start building it up, start building up your thing, or I don't know, starting small, charging small with mediumship, or developing it in that way so that you can have the best of both worlds for a while until one can sort of build up in the strongest way possible. And you have the success card for that, followed by the Eight of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. Um, and together with the Six of Wands is about success, and well, building up your confidence is part of it. That's why I'm saying do free ones until you're ready to feel that you're confident enough to start charging people to do it, and then building it up that way. And developing that, but you can do that, you can build that up. I think you are capable potentially already. I'm feeling, I've never seen you read, I've never I've never seen you do mediumship. However, what I'm feeling at the moment is it's more of a confidence rather than a capability kind of energy. um and it's building that up, that there will be success, and once the success comes, you can walk away from that 3D world that doesn't fulfill you, that doesn't perhaps make everything sing or make you feel completely content. It will allow you to even, and you could even do it part by part. Like you could go more time to the mediumship, spiritual side, and part time in the 3D job until you could. There are ways to find a way to buffer what's happening, and sometimes with alchemy, it being, this beautiful exponential growth of things coming together, sometimes you need a catalyst to make things actually go. And that can be a buffer as much as it can be um, an item that comes in that adds to the mix. It can be a buffer. And so you can have that where you can start taking it back. But from what I'm feeling, you have the Seven of Pentacles, is that um, whether you think that you have developed it enough or you feel that you are worthy of material recompense for what you're doing, only you can decide that. But from what I'm seeing, you're very much capable. It's just um, maybe honing it. I don't feel like you need to necessarily hone it and practice it and do that work. I think for you, I don't know if you're a perfectionist, um, but there is this energy of you don't feel like you're quite good enough yet to do that. So it's about building up your confidence. And maybe you have the Hanged One, which is changing the perspective. I'm going to do it. How are you going to get better if you don't read for other people? How are you going to improve it and hone it if you don't do the work that you need to in that environment? Um, it's like me running on a track, round and round and round on a track until I can run 26 miles, and then, you know, going straight away and trying to run a marathon. Um, it's just there's no experience of doing the hills and the troughs and the little nuanced bits on a marathon that are along the way. People cheering at you or whatever going on, other people around you, until you actually are in that environment and you train through that environment of going up hills and coming down the other side in a marathon. You have to at some point go into the environment and actually do the thing, even if it's a little bit at a time, until you build up your confidence. So it's about changing the perspective. I am good enough. I would just like to feel more confident in the environment that I'm in. I can run 26 miles, but I need to know what running 26 miles in a city is like, what running 26 miles in the mountain is like. It's that kind of thing. Like, I am capable of doing this. I just want to acclimatize myself into like the environment that it would actually be, and seeing that you can do that. You can do that. Also, I've got the card of, for me, that is a boundaries card. So make sure you are protecting yourself energetically when you do that. Make sure that um, you're cleansing, grounding, and protecting when you go into that work. Also, it's a card that um, sort of getting a knockback card, and it's not that you're not capable. I am not 100%. I am not 100% accurate in anything that I do. Sometimes I do a read and it doesn't resonate whatsoever. I literally had that in a really important read once, and I went, I swear I'm better than this. But you do, you sit there and you go, oh, you get the times when you're not accurate, you get the times where you're not on the money, and you get the times when because we're human and sometimes we get the messages and they're slightly off. I've never claimed 100% accuracy. Anyone who does is not worth their salt. They're lying, because we're humans doing this experience where we're trying to read energies, and that will take practice to get to a high accuracy. But no one is going to be 100%. So if something doesn't resonate the first time, or someone says, sorry, I can't take that, it's fine. It's fine. You navigate your way around it. If you've taken payment, you refund them. If it's a freebie, you just go, thank you so much for that feedback. If you don't know where you go wrong, how do you know how to improve where you've gone wrong? So, and that's the first thing I say in any reading when I'm reading for someone is, if it doesn't resonate, please tell me. This reading isn't about me being right. It's about you getting what you need from a reading. So it's really important that you understand that if something you don't get something 100%, it doesn't mean you failed. It just means you're still growing, you're still improving, you're still honing your gift, your talent, your art form, and doing that. And you do have the Three of Cups there, so that would suggest you collaborating with other spiritual people to develop that. If you want to come on a live with me, and that this goes for anybody, if anybody is in this realm and you want to um, come on a live with me, I'm happy to work and collaborate with other people. I know I'm always busy, but look, I've managed to now get to a point in my life where I like to come on, and I aim for Tuesdays and Thursdays because Terry goes and does his thing with the food bank. He volunteers at the food bank. He does it on a Saturday morning as well. And he goes and does that on a Tuesday evening for a couple of hours. And then he does it on a Thursday for a couple of hours. And as long as the kids are working, then I come on and do a live. So if anybody wants to come and do that, let me know. Send me a link of where you work, where you do the things. If you don't have a page or anything yet, that's fine too. Just let me know where you are with your journey, what you want to do, and we can come and play online. I love working with other people. I've just been crazy busy over the last few months sorting some stuff out, but now, touch wood, I'm in a place where I can say, yes, do you want to do something on a Tuesday or a Wednesday or possibly a Friday evening? Because if it's a set one, then I'll make sure that Terry is here to sort the kids, so I am available to do it. So we'll do that. We'll do that. And if you have a page, let me know. Share it in my group that you have a page. I'm not about it all being about me. It's very much like not everybody wants to come to me for a reading, and I like to see other readers too. I like to see what people do. If you're not confident yet, Cheryl, there is no pressure. But when you're ready, absolutely reach out, collaborate with people. When you're ready, when you feel that you're ready to do that, absolutely do that. Because my first live was like in a group environment like this was last January in a little support group for the ladies that I'm in, where there's like 100 of us in the group, and I did a reading and I need to go back and do a reading for them soon. And then the first one that I did in a spiritual group was with Laura, and I think that was March or April last year. Or was it with Kitty? Maybe it was with Kitty. I did a live with Kitty as well last year. And they were the first lives that I did. And then I started doing lives on my own. And here I am, like a year later, doing a live twice a week. And also booking. I have the bookings and the soul codes and everything else that goes on top of that. But when it comes to reading for other people in a live, it's about getting in and doing it. That's why I love doing it, because and I get the whole not confident thing, because some people are confident within weeks, and I mean, I didn't go live and do lives or anything until I'd been reading for 16 years. So anything's possible. I'm not saying I'm making millions, guys. I'm not saying that, but I get enough that we have enough to go and do some stuff, and I get to pay for school trips and stuff. So it's not it's not I'm not doing it for money. Let's put it that way. I don't do it for the money. I do it because I'm supposed to do this. This is me being of service. This is literally in about 5 different reads what I'm supposed to do with my life. So that's why I do it. And it brings me joy. So I get to do this and build this up if I want, in a way that works around me and my family, because I have the privilege of Terry being paid well, so I can do that. So, but that's what I mean. You have to find the balance of how you do that. And I enjoyed this and was working through this so much that it was quite funny. My old business, Cherry Blossom, kind of between Brexit and COVID, it just tanked my whole business. And it was supposed to, because this was supposed to go up the other way. So it's really about trusting your journey and not comparing that to somebody else's, obviously. But yeah, if you're ready, if anybody wants to come and play, I would never have been doing this if it wasn't for Kitty, if it wasn't for those vixens, if it wasn't for the support that I had from other people, I wouldn't be doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And then Minty gave me, Laura put me in Ascending Butterflies, and then Minty put me in Soul Collective, and Alison put me in Sayuna Stay. And so I get to work in all these places, and I get to, connect with other ones in the Spiritual Mediums group as well. And it's about developing, and we can't do that alone. And equally, people don't need to read from me. They can read from other people as well. You can come to me for a reading, but in 2 years' time, you're going to go, do you know what? I don't need Kayleigh. I need something else. And that's perfectly okay. That's what's supposed to happen. My energy isn't what you need in that moment. So that's why I'm like, there's enough for everybody. It shouldn't be competitive. We should help everybody grow. That's how I feel anyway. And I know I've waffled off somewhere, and I will get on to readings, but I hope that has been useful to you in some way, Cheryl. And when you are ready, the offer is there. Absolutely. Let me know. Let me know. Also, I am debating setting up a reading development group. Because obviously I have my tarot course, and I have readers now, that people that can come and read for other people, and maybe they want to practice that. Some that read already, obviously, as readers, and they've picked up another tool with tarot, and there are some that have never read before and may want to do that. So I am considering a reading, and it won't be tarot specific. It will be giving readings to each other, and I'm debating setting that up in some way to develop people, like a development circle type thing. But I've just got my life in balance, guys. I'm going to need admins for that one, because it can't just be me in that one. But yeah, I'm going to look at doing that, because somebody told me I need to build up a mediumship circle, a development circle. So I was like, oh, how can I do that? So maybe I'll do it for a group. So, and then people who are experienced can read for other people. You can do like reading exchanges, and it's just a place where we can all develop and share memes and do that. So maybe I will do that. And then obviously when the tarot course is finished, they can come in and practice readings for other people. And I just think it'd be a nice place to develop people. So maybe I'll do that. I'll speak to my husband, see how much many more things I can commit to. But it's true. Some things just fade out as other things are supposed to come back in. So, right. Should we go with free ones? Should we go with free ones? Because I think unless somebody's donated, and they haven't told me, if you've donated, please tell me. Otherwise, let me know that you would like a reading, and I will do that. And let's hit these. Let's do these. It might be fast and it might be quick. Let's see. But it'll be what you need. Danielle, absolutely. You can have a card. Let's go with this. You have the star. I love the busy bees. This is why God gave me ADHD. Gave all of us ADHD, Kelly. I'm pretty sure it's to do with that. My 2 kids that are very into spiritual connections both have, we think, it's not diagnosed, ADHD. So yeah, we have the star for you. And this is about absolutely aspirations. I just feel like this is more of an actual leveling up, and to do with a connection to the divine. The tower that we talk about in the tower is based on the Tower of Babel or Babel from Babylon, right? And everyone worked together and they were building towards the kingdom of heaven, basically. And God went, "Oh, you're a bit too close, too close. You need to go and learn another lesson." Um, the tower come tumbling down, and when it did, when it all kind of collapsed, the tower of Babel collapsed. Everybody came down and they were all talking different languages, and so they couldn't communicate properly, and so they went off into the world and had different languages, and that's how the different languages were created, according to the Bible, according to that story. And I kind of feel like is this, you're leveling up. And I feel like there's a new dynamic, a new modality that's coming in because you're not having a tower moment. You're building up again in a different way. And I don't know if this is literally like soul language or if it's like a different way of working, a new tool, a new modality, but it's coming in to strengthen what you already do. And it may be a new Claire, it may be some new direction. And I don't know if this is something you've kind of wanted to have a go at or wanted to delve in. And I don't know if once you look into it, you'll realize you're actually capable of doing it almost almost innately. Like it's already in you, but it's about developing it up and building it up and almost strengthening your toolkit, if that makes sense. Or you want to work more, there you go. It's about building it up. You may find that you get maybe a new guide that's coming in, or connect with Alison May for light language because she does activations, and I think she has a group activation coming up in July. I want to say the 3rd of July. I could be wrong. She has an activation, a group activation where you all get activated with your uh, soul language, light language. Um, and yeah, and then you can develop. There's a development group for that as well that's been set up for light language specifically for coding. Yes, Alison May, Sayuniste. So I think it's in the blurb of this live. I'm a member of Sayuniste, the collective. But Alison is one of the CEOs, the main people. There's Nancy, Tina, and Alison. But I know that Alison specifically, I don't know what Tina's doing lately because Tina's been traveling, and I haven't checked in this week to see what she's doing. I don't even know where she is in the world, and I'm loving watching her adventures. So I don't want to say she's doing that if she's not doing that. I haven't checked. She might be, but I don't know. But yeah, Alison May of Sayuna's Day. I'll see if I can tag her. I'll tag the page at least anyway. Oh, it's not going to do that, is it? Hang on. WW. Yeah, have a look. See if there's a tool and a modality. It may help just open up your intuitive. Tina Powell, Sayuna's Day. Cosmic Earth Child is Tina. That's Alison. That's Sayuna's Day. And like I said, they are all part of Sayuna. Both of them are part of Sayuna's Day anyway, Tina and Alison. So contact them through that. And I'm sure one of them will get back to you about getting that activated. But I'm pretty sure she's got a collective activation event. I'm pretty sure she has. She activated mine, and I loved it. I started saying Dorothea, Dorothea over and over in like Hebrew-y type speak. It turned out it was something to do with gift from God or voice of God or something coming through. So it was something exciting. But yeah, you've been feeling disconnected. I think there's been blockages. You've had a lot of challenges, energetic challenges to deal with. And you will find a way over them. Do not lose hope. I think you lost hope that you could, but it's about getting your fire, your connection, your instincts. Just I think having fun with it rather than feeling like it's too structured and too processed. It's having fun. When I need to, I say when I need to, I don't really need to. I've got enough that if I'm bored, I can go and pick another deck. But I do, I go deck shopping. That's how I ended up. I put it down because I'm doing readings for me tonight because it's summer solstice. And this is my deck. This isn't the one I learnt with. This is my deck. And if you look, I use it every day. I don't normally show people my deck, but look how grubby it is on the side. Oh, you can't really see it. It looks really light, but it's really grubby grey on the side, and it's starting to be ever so lifted at the side because I've used it every day for 5 years. So sometimes it's finding a new tool and that invigorating and getting your juices going and your connection with it. So Just do it. If you feel like you're going to go live, just go live on a whim and see what happens. If no one turns up, you've not lost anything. Like I sat here for a good minute at the beginning and went, no one's here. Why is no one commenting? Like that was very bizarre for me because that sounds really big-headed and I needed that humbling and I appreciate that. But normally I'm like, oh, within like a minute somebody's on, and it wasn't. It was a couple of minutes. So um again, just do it. Just do it. Just chuck it in the thingy bucket and do it. Just see what happens. And if you want to commit to something and so you can't make excuses, come and play with me and we can do that. But yes, go live. Go do it. Go do it. Yes, chuck it in that bucket. So who's next? Who else would like a card? I'm going to change the deck for this one. I think I'm going to go with the Druid cards. You are so welcome, Danielle. So welcome. Okay. If you'd like a reading, just let me know. Yeah, share the link. Share the link in Magpie group and I will do that. And I'll pop over in a minute. Okay. Shazia, I will. Wow, okay, they just chucked. Okay, Shazia, you have the 3 of Wands. It's putting your energy out there, making your plans, starting to work towards what it is you want to, having vision, and you've got a vision board. There's something on the vision board. You need to start taking the steps towards it. Yeah, sometimes you just need to see a new person with someone that you trust, right? And you get the vibes. And you can often see whether someone's actually vibing or not. I don't think I've ever had a live where I haven't really vibed with someone. I think you know before you do the lives that whether they're your person or not. Okay, Shazia, for you, there is something on. Please tell me you have a vision board. I'm seeing a vision board. It has pins. Is it pins? I don't know. There's a vision board. Maybe it's just that you have this vision. You have all these ideas that you want to do, and there's some way of you assessing which one of them it is you really want to do and starting to take the steps to do that. Instead of leaving it as an inspiration, it's about going, I'm inspired enough to start to make steps towards following that path because you know it's going to make you happy. And I think you are ready to commit. And I think you have no vision. You have ideas, no vision board. That's fine. You have ideas. One of those ideas needs to start coming into being. And so I don't know if this is you, and you have the High Priest, which is all about committing to something. You also have the 10 of Cups, by the way. So it is something that's going to make you happy. And not just you. I feel like this is something that you can also pass along down, or it makes other people of your lineage happy, fulfilled. And we have the High Priest. And sometimes that is a commitment moving into a new phase of our life. So it can be signifying a milestone in our life. So maybe there's something that I don't know. What do people do? Like 30 things I want to do before I'm 30, or 40 things I want to do before I'm 40, or whatever. Almost like a bucket list, but it's not a bucket list. I don't know, something like that. But there's something to do, and it's not just for you. It's, I don't know, maybe it is stories you tell your grandkids, or maybe it's something, a new tradition, or something that I'm really getting the rites of passage aspect of that High Priest but there's a spiritual element to it, and it's moving from one phase into another. And I also love that he has the sun right above him, and it kind of feels like today, right? The sun is at its highest, the sun is at its longest shining. So maybe this is about looking at where would you want to be this time next year when the sun is at its highest again? What would you like to have done or achieved by this time next year? If you have 365 days, it's not a leap year, is it? Or is it a leap year? No, it's not a leap year. Yes, it is a leap year. No, it's not a leap year. It's an odd number. Did you see that just float past? That was insane. Um, there's something. What do you want to have achieved by this time next year? And start looking at how you can either commit to developing to it, whether you need to learn something to get towards it, whether you need to just commit to doing the actual thing. The thing that you have here is the Two of Swords underneath on the base of the deck, and the Two of Swords is not moving because you either can't or you don't think you can, because you know it's going to be hard to do the thing, or that there's going to be a change, or that something is going to challenge you as you go along that harder path. So um, there's a hesitancy there to commit to doing it for whatever reason. Um, take it step by step. You have the Four of Wands. Take it step by step. Do it in 3 parts, do it in 10 parts, but assess along the way, like, hey, is this still what I want to do? Or hey, how much progress have I made? Make sure you're checking in with yourself on your progress to whatever it is you want to achieve by this time next year. Maybe it does involve the kids, or maybe it's something you can learn and develop that you then pass on down. And by the way, lineage and descendants don't just have to be physically out of ourselves, but like children, it can be people that we work with, people that we teach, people that we are passing on knowledge and wisdom and behaviors to other people, that then passes on, and it's our legacy, right, that we pass on out into the collective as well. So maybe you're just not sure what it is yet. Maybe you dismissed it already and didn't think it was possible, and now you're seeing that maybe if you look at it again, it is actually possible to go and do that thing. Hope that's helpful, Shazia. Okay, Sandra Webb. I should probably put whose name it is up, shouldn't I, when I do it? Sandra Webb. Oh, that one wants to go. I love this. The High Priestess. The High Priestess. The High Priestess is not having all the information, but your gut is telling you, your intuition is telling you that you're either not being told the whole story, or your intuition is telling you what the rest of the story is. I'm glad. Thank you, Shazia, for the confirmation. If it's not, guys, you can tell me no. It's fine. Okay, what's this? The Ferilt. I probably pronounced that wrong. Temperance. I have the Seven of Wands. And the Tower. What is it with the Tower this week? What is it with the Tower this week? I even had it in my own reading today. I was not happy. Well, it doesn't have to be bad, does it? But mine didn't feel good. And I kept pulling cards until it had a nice sugary one that I wanted to read. So, Sandra Webb. Yes. There's something about balancing elements. Fire, water. But there's something going on around you and someone isn't telling you the whole story. And it's not that I don't think that it's necessarily that it's necessarily doing damage to you as such. It's just you feel something isn't right. And so you're kind of already protecting yourself and trying to navigate. And I'm really getting prepared for the worst, but hoping for the best, but preparing for the worst. And it's that kind of energy where you're kind of ready for any scenario. You can respond to kind of any scenario, and you are fully prepared to protect you and your energy. And maybe with regards to something um, that's coming in, I think you can feel something's about to go down. And so you haven't got all the information, but you can feel it. You can feel that something's so you're preparing yourself. Okay, I can feel something's going to happen, so I'm preparing myself for this. I'm protecting me and mine and my energy, because I need to navigate this where, um, I have something to lose, I have something to gain. That's the kind of energy, and I feel like you feel that this thing's coming in, and it may even be that you have with the Queen of Swords, not detached emotionally, but you are prioritizing from a logical point of view. Like if this goes down or when this goes down, I need to be protected. I need to, whether that's legally with the words that you say, I have to respond. I can't react emotionally. It has to be put the feelings aside, deal with the thing, and find a way forward. Find a way that is changed. If I have to change direction, and I know I have a plan. It's almost like putting that protection in place before something goes down. Have the wheel. So yes, something does come in, and yes, it is a test. But because you're in this place where you are navigating it from a responding point of view, and you have levels of protection, and you have the ability to navigate it, following, trusting your intuition to navigate this situation, it actually works out in your favor eventually because you didn't get involved in the drama of everything that went down. You protected your energy, like, hey, I don't want to get involved in this. I'm not involved in this. I don't need the drama. I just feel like this drama on the horizon and you can feel it. And you're like, no, I'm battening down my hatches. If you knock on my door, I'll help you, but I'm not getting involved in the drama. I don't want to deal with the community gossiping. I just want to worry about me and mine and what I need to achieve. And almost by doing that, you kind of weather the storm and you come out on top because you didn't pick a side or you didn't get catty or you didn't um, go down the pitfalls. And then you have the Three of Cups. Reconnecting with people once the shitstorm's gone down and they sort themselves out, then absolutely you can reconnect with the people that are involved, the community, or be in the same room with them all again. I feel like something's about to go down. It feels relatively big, but I don't feel like it's you directly. I feel like it's something close to you. Yeah, exactly. You keep your own enemies safe. There's a storm coming in and you already know how to navigate it, so don't respond, don't react. Don't be unfeeling completely. It's just it has to be a response, not a reaction. It's just a test. And by handling it with grace and I want to say decorum because I don't think these other people are going to necessarily have grace and decorum, but yeah, all will be well again. But for a while, it's you and your own and looking after you and those that matter the most to you for a little while, not getting involved in it. That's what I'm getting anyway. Hopefully that is of some use. So let's have a look. Louise. Oh, that one. Those two. Okay. Okay. So I'm gathering that the weekend that's just gone was quite the roller coaster for you. Um, did you go to the water on the rocks? There was water. I don't know. There's okay. There is an energy of the need to process feelings, to talk them through with someone that isn't directly involved in something. That it's about getting I don't want to say professional. I feel more experienced advice. Yes, Louise, it's for you. I feel like there's more experienced from the hierarchy. There is respect of an elder kind of energy, and their advice that maybe they gave you or didn't give you, and trying to make a really hard decision of a way forward, a path forward, and a tough conversation that you don't want to have, a path because it's choosing between not the lesser of two evils, but um it matters, right? There's a lot to lose on this decision potentially. And I feel like there's a logical decision and there's a heartfelt decision, a choice between the two. And so it's really hard. It's kind of deciding with your head and deciding with your heart. It's a head over heart decision or a heart over head decision. And it's like, I can't make a decision between what my head wants and what my heart wants. And when that happens, you need to bring in that third well of decision making. You need to go with what your gut is telling you because there is stalemate between your head and your heart. They are equal, they are balanced out. They are just, there's a stalemate going on. And to break the stalemate, you need a third. And the third is your gut. And your gut will tell you the right path to um to move on. One is your head path, one is your heart path, and that's not easy, either of those. And it's your gut will tell you the right move to make with that decision. You will make the right decision. You are capable of making the right decision. Okay. Who is around? Who is around? I've just seen Davy Jones from, and it's not Davy Jones. It had nothing to do with that guy. He just flashed in my head. Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, you have a panel tomorrow? Oh, wow. Is that a decision panel? There was 3 cups. Want me to do something I don't want to. What does your gut tell you then, Louise? If your gut's telling you it's wrong, your head tells you one thing, your heart tells you another, what does your gut say? That's your intuition guiding you. Oh, dizziness. Okay. Jess. Let's go with you. Jess. Jess, you have the Ace of Pentacles. There is an opportunity for you to, I feel this is home related, but to give yourself some form of, oh, you have the Six of Swords as well, to give yourself some form of home. I don't know if with that Six of Swords there you had to, and you have the Five of Pentacles as well, so um this really feels like you had to leave somewhere that you weren't safe, that wasn't healthy for you, an unhealthy relationship, in order to get to somewhere safe. I don't know if that's the word. I don't know if you felt emotionally safe or physically safe, but there was something in that environment that didn't leave you feeling secure and safe. And so it's moving from a place of turbulence, for want of any description, whether that's just it wasn't healthy for you to be there, you were unhappy, unfulfilled, or whether that's full out and out um, abusive kind of energy where you didn't feel safe or secure in any way. Your home didn't feel like home. It felt like a house that you stayed in to that point. And it's about moving forward. If you don't do it, your niece might not get to stay here. Okay. With the, I hope that goes the right way tomorrow, Louise, for you. So with that Six of Swords, it's getting from to a place of sanctuary for a moment, and that isn't the place that you necessarily ended up permanently or end up permanently, but it is almost like it's like refugee energy, refuge energy, where you go and find a safe place for right now. You get away from the place that feels terrifying or unhealthy or toxic or damaging to you, because you can't take that anymore and you move to another place where you do feel safe and secure for right now, so that you can just get your bearings and assess what you even need moving forward. Um, you have the Ace of Pentacles, which is an opportunity for a home, um, a secure home that is yours, an option of one. And you have the Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles is having some form of material constriction. So, like not having enough money, or not having the right connections, or not having something, a piece of paperwork to do it, or not having quite enough of what it is we require to get there, to get to that place that we want, that home, that permanent home, that my safe cave, my safe place, that I come home and it is my home. It's not just a house I'm staying in. There's an energy of permanence about this. Um, Even if it's more long term, if it's not permanent, then there's longevity to it. And I don't know if this person is holding something of yours that you need for you to move forward. Um, Whether you were left financially depleted, or they still have all your furniture, or there's something, um and it's about um sorry, finding a way to stand your ground and not compromise. So this Ace of Pentacles can be a strong home, or it could be a new relationship, and this could be echoes of the old one that's there. But it's like you're looking for someone that, or someone, I said someone instead of something, but that is giving you security, that is giving you stability, that respects boundaries, that makes you feel emotionally secure while also making you feel like you inspire them. That and I said that, and I said that, and it's having boundaries, and it's the boundaries that make you able to navigate the way forward. So you're not necessarily going to have the picture perfect everything, sunshine, rainbows, wishes that you were looking for, but you're going to have what actually matters, and perhaps even a bit of comfort, but it's not going to show up in the way that you expected it to show up. So, someone, okay, it does feel like someone, and I say that because there is this Two of Cups that's there. They may even be Scottish. Anyway, um, but it's about having your boundaries, and they will respect your boundaries. They will, with the Temperance and the Two of Cups, it's about blending worlds and compromising, not settling, and having that coming in, making you feel like you can have a home again, that someone can be your home. Home isn't a building, it's a feeling. And it's like you have that dare to dream that that could be coming in for you, that that person or that path is opening up now, to the path to that person at least is opening up now, because you've got yourself to such a strong place and you've done all your healing, that it almost feels like, hey, I'm ready for this to happen. But you don't want to be left um, depleted again. And so the best way to do that is to have firm boundaries, to have um, conversations that it's communication, basically being open and honest. And that can be terrifying, right? Because when we bring up the truth, we can either be accepted or we can be rejected, or they can just walk away numbly. It doesn't really matter. There is all these scenarios that go through our head, but until you speak the truth and show your true self, speak your story, what you're looking for, putting that out there, because you have this Ace of Swords. I know you want to hold a piece of you back, and I know that you don't want to get hurt, but you have to also be open to. I just feel like there's a conversation you will have with someone, and something they say or the way they say it, there is a feeling that is just different and you don't expect it. And somehow your guard not comes tumbling down, but it is very aware that you can let one of them down, one of the walls down, and let them in a little bit. And but the more you talk to them, the more you kind of, because I think they've been through something where they drowned emotionally and they struggled, and maybe they went through similar, and they could also be looking for the same thing of, I want something that's secure and I want to feel safe. And it's not that you're coming together to fix and complete each other. That's not what it is. But your shared history, the open and honesty that you show to each other, and understanding that communication is the most important thing, that you talk and you keep things. It's almost like this shared sort of similar history, this understanding. You can understand the other person, and so that does allow you to go, oh, they're reacting in this way because this happened to them before. Let's have a conversation about how we navigate that differently. And somehow they find bit by bit the key to open you up bit by bit so that you feel secure. You have the Four of Pentacles. This is about feeling secure. Um, I'll be honest, it feels like a new person, if I'm honest. However, if you feel that it resonates that it's him, then that's how you're receiving it, and you should equally honor how you're receiving it. Um, if it is, then and you are considering that, then you need to make sure that it's not just all one person's way. There has to be compromise. It can't be one person giving everything and the other one taking everything. It has to be compromise. It has to be completely different to how it was before. If that was unhealthy and unsafe for you, then you need to make sure that the environment is, and protect everything until you know bit by bit that it's okay to bring those walls down bit by bit and allow them in closer. And that is a choice, right? If it's codependent, then that's okay for a little while, but it's about making sure that you're moving that back into that healthy dynamic where it's interdependent, not codependent. Because this doesn't feel like two people trying to fix each other while spiraling downward. It feels like two people that have been through some really rough stuff with similar history that find each other when they didn't think they would. It feels more like that. There's more of a healing aspect to it. But again, if what you want to attain, if what you want to work towards is a renewed connection with your daughter's dad, then you can do that. Just make sure that you are healing it, that you're having refined boundaries, that you are having more discernment with what you will and will not tolerate, what you will and will not accept. But I don't know if you're looking for a reunion there, and by focusing on that reunion with that place, it kind of feels like there's some new opportunity that is out there if you want it, but I don't know if you even want to see that because you're focusing on something else. The ex feels too dependent, then it's about setting boundaries there, not blurring lines, so that he can absolutely, it's almost like you have to say to him, like, look, I'm not necessarily looking for anyone new right now, but we can't be together the way we are, or we can't go back. If we are getting back, it can't be the way that it was. This would have to change and this would have to be different. Um, and it's okay if you want to fix that, right? Especially if it's like your child's dad, you want to know that you put everything into it. But at some point, you have to realize that it may well, if you build it up, if you go and make sure that from the foundations up, start from the foundations and build it back up again. You still have all the elements there, right? Even if it's come tumbling down, you still have all the elements there. You can just put them back together in a stronger way. use granite instead of brick. Something that's going to be long standing, it's solid. It might cost more, it might take more effort, it might take, having communication, conversations with people to get that back in that strong way. It's up to you. You have a choice in any situation. I completely understand that. It's like you're stuck between, two options. I do feel like the other option isn't necessarily going to go away if you wanted to have one last dig, one last try, one last rebuild. The only thing that I would say is if you are looking to go back, it would be about rebuilding it from almost the bottom up, because you want it to be future proofed. You want to make sure that you're in it for the right reasons. Yep, decisions between two potentials. Again, head over heart, it feels like. Head over heart, you have the justice. Head over heart, you have to look at the pros and cons of both, and you have to look at the evidence that you're being shown with, and only then can you make a decision. And that may mean that you need to have conversations. What would you do in a courtroom? You'd sit there and listen to the evidence, you'd have testimony, you'd listen to everything and consider all the factors before you make a judgment call one way or the other on each case. And it's almost like you have to be like that about it. Like, hey, this is an important decision, so I need to make sure I have all the information, ask the questions, get the information that you need in order to ascertain which way you go with it. I hope that is helpful in some way, Jess. If you are on still and you would like a reading, please let me know. I'm going to be on for a few more minutes. I'm just going to have a quick swig of iced tea while we're there. So if you would like a reading, let me know. Otherwise, I will pop off. I think I'm going to go. Oh, Kelly. Hi, Kelly. Exactly, Jess. And I do feel like what's meant for you, if that is your person, and if it's what's meant for you, you can never, even if you take a detour, even if you take the wrong turn, you will still end up where you're supposed to. So if he's not your person, if it's not the right thing, at least you can say, I gave it one more try and I put everything into it and it still wasn't right. You can leave if you need to. And there is that energy to it that you are choosing to stay. And equally, you can choose to leave. As long as you're in that position, Jess, that you can stay or you can leave, then it's all good. As long as you're not getting stuck or trapped somewhere, or feeling like you can't leave somewhere, then it's important to make sure you have the choice, you have the free will to stay or leave in that situation. Kelly, the Empress, stepping in the power. You made a decision. Oh, my lighting changed as I read that. You made a decision. What was the decision? Whatever it is, you're bringing this growth. Two of Pentacles. Oh my God, you stepped into your power, Kelly. Temperance. The path of least resistance. Change. I like this. Definitely a change. A change, though, that involves balancing what works for you, the path of least resistance, but it also has to be beneficial for you. Has to have growth to it. Five of Cups. Shoulda, woulda, couldas. Hanged Man, different perspective. Not shoulda, woulda, coulda. Things extremely clear and a bit uncomfortable. You need to look at it from an angle. What is working, what isn't working. You have judgment, decision time, weighing everything up, the good, the bad, the ugly. Making a decision to step through into a different path or continue on the path, one or the other. So you made a decision to change. And that brings growth. What did you compromise to? What did you agree to? What were the terms? I feel like you've put yourself out. If things stay, could lose my hill. Oh, wow. You don't want to lose the hill. I don't think that's, I think what you, okay. The card that I'm reading is that if you play the martyr, you will lose out and you will lose more than you will gain. And I don't mean play the martyr as in like, oh, that's not what I mean. You know, that's not what I mean. What I mean is if you sacrifice too much, if you sacrifice rather than compromise, you will lose more than you would gain. Okay, so there's a compromise. You've made an agreement, an accord, I'm guessing. It can't go beyond 5 months, Kelly. That's all I'm getting. Whatever it is, it can't go beyond five months. Otherwise, you are then sacrificing too much. Oh no, all the shepherds? How can you lose all of them? But it's not his home, it's your home, and he can't take your dogs. He can't take the dogs. It's your home, it's your empire, it's your kingdom, it's your hearth, your home. It has to be a safe space for you and those that genuinely want and need the support that they're looking for. Here's are untrained and at risk of biting. Okay. What I'm seeing here for you though is that it's about you owning your power and you owning who you are and your strengths and absolutely opening your home up to help people who are looking for salvation, for want of a better description. But there has to be give and take. There has to be an exchange. There has to be um, balance, fair and equal balance. And it can't be that you lose out all the time. There has to be them giving up something too. I think they say that they're giving up something, but they're not. They're deeming themselves worthy and they haven't actually achieved anything or given anything back the other way. It's a bit like Odin hanging himself off the tree for 9 days and nights. The sky is bright pink. Red sky at night, shepherd's delight. Asked to leave and ignoring me, then maybe, just maybe, um, I don't know how it is in where you are, but over here, if somebody refuses to leave your property and they are causing you distress, you can call the police to do it, to take them. Not even dog food. Then the dogs can stay, but he can't. Just say, hey, you can't stay here anymore. I'll look after the dogs while you go and find something else. I'm happy to support the dogs, but you can't stay here. It's not healthy. And you have Jake there as well, so Jake should absolutely be backing you up, I would have thought. It's like Odin, right? He hung himself for 9 days and nights on a tree, stabbed himself with a spear, and then decided, hi, blessed solstice to you too, blessed Letha, or Yule, depending on where you are, obviously, in the world. So for the Southern Hemisphere, it's Yule. Anyway, stabbed himself with a spear and then deemed himself worthy of taking the runes from the from the well, from the void. Just went, oh yeah, okay, so snatched a handful. I mean, we have the runes now. I mean, it led to something, right? But nobody gave them to him. He deemed himself worthy and took it. And there's that kind of energy to what it is. You are being way too nice. You are not compromising, you are settling, Kelly. I know you're worried that you'll lose things as part of that, but it's about taking a path that is, no, this is my home. No, it's like taking a stand. That I feel like that's the thing. There's a threshold and it's being tested and you need to reinforce a boundary. You need to set them and reinforce them. It feels like a repeat of a lesson when that judgment card comes up. It's a repeat of a lesson. Excellent. That feels like a good compromise, Kelly. If you can get through 4 days, 5 days, depending on what day are we on, Tuesday? Is it Tuesday today? If you can get through 3 or 4 days and he honors that side of it, absolutely. But make sure you have a backup plan in case he doesn't honor that. But yes, path of least resistance. Red sky at night, shepherd's delight. I love that. The shepherds know. Speak to the shepherds. How do they feel? Shepherds know. Shepherds always, dogs always know, animals always know. Who did I? Alison Lett, are you still here? Look at that cat. Alison Lett, if you're still here. I know, but you've navigated worse before, Kelly. I know that doesn't, make it any easier, but you have navigated worse before. Ooh. Alison Lett. Page of Cups. Dreamy energy. I love the Page of Cups being... You are so welcome, Kelly. I'm sending you strength and energy, but you have weathered every storm up to this point, and you are more than capable. I know you are of navigating that. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying you're capable. Okay. You are so... Kelly, the work you have done in the last 18 months is incredible. So strong. Okay, Alison Lett. For you, we have Page of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Star. I love this. This is daydreaming. This in the most beautiful way. The Page of Cups is the daydreamer, the inquisitive, the curious. In my tarot course, we assign them to Myers-Briggs personalities, the court cards. It's good fun on my tarot course. You learn a lot more than you think you're going to with it. It's good fun. And we do them next week, not this week, next week. We move on to the pages, and it's but the Page of Cups is that dreamy, intuitive, curious kind of energy, the playful water energy. So allowing your intuition to just kind of just go with it, see where it goes, not really thinking of any consequences necessarily, but that kind of allowance to go, what happens will happen. And then we have that leading into the Queen of Cups, which is that emotional and spiritual and psychic satisfaction. So I don't know if you've always had it does feel like you have innate abilities, intuitive abilities with this card combination. For me, it's almost like you had a gift and you've developed that gift and honed that gift and followed it and seen where it goes. You've allowed your intuition to guide you and trusted yourself on that front, even if that was hard emotionally to do, to go through. There were tests. But I don't think you've lost sight of your actual dream, the thing that would... I feel like you've come close to it, but you haven't quite reached what you wanted to. It's like you kind of went for it and it didn't work out, and then you went for it and it didn't work out. And I feel like there is this aspiration that you are trying to get to, and you are taking the steps, and your intuition is guiding you. And I think what stops you from reaching it is when you don't trust it, when you don't trust your intuition. That's when it almost... it's like, oh, okay, I feel I should be doing this. And then you go and do it, and then you follow it, and you're like, I feel I should be doing this, and you follow it. And then you go, I feel like I should be doing this, but it's almost like there are more at stake when that happens. And you're like, oh, actually, I think I need to think with my brain with this one. Logically, I should hedge my bets and do this, and then that's when it doesn't work out. So it's almost like when you don't listen to your intuition, when you don't hone what that means, how that talks to you, how you move with that, So when you question it, that's when it doesn't work. That's when everything kind of changes and doesn't follow the path to where you want it to be. So really this is about, because you then have the star. I love this star card. It just reminds me of something from Cinderella. Like where they build the dress, but it's not. It's water being poured. And that's kind of what I feel with you. It's that there is this creativity and this um oh, look at that. I got a scammer. Everything's later tonight. I kind of like it. Delete that. They should have been blocked now. So please don't interact with Yusuf. They are a scammer. They will hound you and make you pay them money and then hound you for more. But it's almost like this need to have more confidence in your instincts and your intuition rather than letting the head take over, because this is cups, cups. And then the star is pouring water. There is no land involved in this. This is just allowing yourself to dream, allowing yourself to, you should be writing down your dreams, by the way. There's some advice coming through for you in your dreams. But I feel like when you look back, you think, oh, I made a wrong decision. And that's what you did. You made a wrong decision. You used your brain to decide. You didn't follow your intuition and your instincts. And in some ways, when you do that and it doesn't work out, I don't know if you go around this cycle of where you, I want to say punish yourself, but you then talk to yourself really negatively and you blame yourself for a lot of things. And, oh, I should have made a better decision. I should have made a better choice. Um, but you didn't. You did the right thing. You made the best decision you could with the information at the time. And you had information and tangible facts to make that decision, but it wasn't and people have took advantage and made you doubt your intuition many, many times by chucking facts at you when your gut is telling you to do something and they go, nope, you should be doing this, 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 and this. And you're like, but I just feel like, and they go, feel doesn't do anything. You need to be, it's logical. You do this, this, and this. And maybe you've been told that your head's in the clouds and, um, you can't live, you can't use creative arts as a career, and you absolutely could. There are ways to build that as a career and a secure future that could do that. um I just feel like it's about believing in yourself more and trusting your gut, trusting your intuition when it tells you something, because when you don't, I think you get anxiety when it goes wrong. And I don't think it's always necessarily, yes, absolutely, there's trauma when things don't work out. And yes, there is that self blame and that self doubt that I think you go to. But it's not. It's because your body's reacting because you didn't listen to your instincts. You didn't listen to your intuition. Um, and maybe your anxiety is you're not listening to me. Like, case in point, when I had, this is about the third time today I've talked about the fact, because I had an asthma assessment today. So I had COVID back in the very beginning. And this time 2 years ago, I was just about starting to walk around these 10 houses that I live in. I just about managed to do that walk because I got really ill with COVID and I couldn't breathe. And obviously I built up my health back up, and then the kids went back to school. So I took the kids to school and I could do the school run perfectly before everything happened. And I stood there on the playground and I managed it for about 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden I couldn't be on the playground. I couldn't be in the queue. I couldn't stand there any longer. I would just panic. I was like, I have to stand here for 20 minutes, because it was like one kid and then 10 minutes the next kid and then 10 minutes the next kid. And you had to be in queues to get into the playground for each of the classes. And so I was out there for about 20, 40 minutes every morning, every afternoon, and I couldn't do it. I was panicking. And it was and I kid you not, about 3 or 4 days later, 5 days, or maybe a week later, the first confirmed case of COVID came to the school, and it was in my kid's class. And I think I'd even been near the kid or I'd seen the kid playing, that when I started having this panic. And it was because my body I wasn't listening to my body. My body was saying, get out of there. It's not safe. You're going to get this thing again from this place. And I was like, well, I can't leave because I have to stay here because it's the school. And I get that sometimes we have to stay and we have to do that. But I then sort of collapsed on myself and was like, oh my God, I'm broken again. I can't do the school run. There's something wrong with my anxiety. It wasn't. My anxiety was my intuition telling me that that place wasn't safe for me and my family. Now, that might be an amplified version of that, but I wasn't listening to my body and I wasn't listening to my intuition that it wasn't safe there. And it was a week later, it was confirmed that I was correct. It wasn't safe because that was coming back into the classroom. That person was carrying it, or something was coming in that classroom. Um, and then it was like a light bulb went on. Oh, my intuition told me that it wasn't what it was supposed to be. So sometimes I think your anxiety may well be you saying, you didn't listen to your intuition. Um, and so it's about listening to the more subtle things, the leading up things. When you feel, oh my God, I feel like I'm getting anxious period again. What's changed? What feels different? Listen to it. Learn to read the energies and how things make you feel, or and what pops into your head. Don't just dismiss it as silly. Honor that. Do I know what your dreams are trying to tell you? No. I could do a dream spread. I'd have to go and find my dream spread for that. But the best thing you can do, because they're your dreams, first of all, is write down the dream. Write down how each thing made you actually feel. Because if you've remembered the dream, I'm assuming you can remember how you felt in the dream. Write that all down. Write down everything that you know, because as soon as you stop writing, you're going to probably forget that dream's going to fade off. Do it with every dream that you think of when you wake up. And then start looking through the symbols. And if there's like, and don't dismiss a single thing, because I lost 3 days on a strawberry in a shamanic journey once. I had a strawberry and I lost like half a day for 3 days in a row, where I was just looking at strawberries and the symbolism of strawberries and what that meant. So look at the dream books. Look at, if you want to send me your dream and I will have a look into it, and I can absolutely have a look into what's in that dream, then by all means do that. Otherwise, write it out. Look at the symbolism. Remember how it made you feel. Did you feel panicked in the dream? What was it? What was showing it? What was coming up in that dream? Who was in it? What did that person do? How did it make you feel? Assess all those things, because that's you getting to the root of the symbolism. When we're in the unconscious, it's like the shadow, right? We don't see it all. See, snakes. Look at the symbolism and the spiritual medicine of snakes, because we all associate it with bad, with the devil, right? The snake offered the apple to Eve. Snakes are about wisdom. Snakes are about um, the Kundalini energy. The enlightenment journey is part of snakes. It's about wisdom and enlightenment and knowledge and leveling up and shedding the old version of ourselves, because we've evolved through that version of who they are. And when the Kundalini is all about balancing our animalistic self, the sexual energy, the warrior energy, and balancing that with the human spiritual experience as well. So it may be that there is some aspect of snake medicine to look into. And I don't mean like take the medicine in your mouth medicine. I mean the spiritual lessons, the messages that spirit animals bring us. Look into that. Also, why are you scared of snakes? What is it you don't like about snakes? I used to be scared of spiders. And I said to somebody once who was terrified, I went, "Have you ever thought about why you're scared of spiders? What is it about spiders that you don't like?" And then I looked at the spirit medicine of spider and I went, "This is the message of spider." Da, 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 da. And they went, "Oh, that makes sense." And then I went, "It does make sense, because that's what I need to work on, and that's why I'm scared of spiders." And I worked through the stuff. I worked through what that was telling me, and I have a gorgeous spider guide. She is bronze. She has the biggest butt that is just out of proportion to the rest of her body. She's gorgeous. She's called Eratoa, and she's my spider guide, and she's bronze, and she crawls up my arm, and she will come and tap on my ear to tell me something. And now I actually have spider. When I see spiders in the house, if they're a certain size, I'm sorry, they get relocated. However, if the smaller, I can now have spiders in my house up to a certain size, because the reason that I was triggered by spiders is because there was something I had to learn from spider. So sometimes it's about going into the spiritual aspect of why that may be. It may be past life trauma. It may be um, some aspect of shadow work that we have to do. Um, oh, the way they slither. Yeah, they go between worlds, don't they? The snakes, they go between the worlds, they go between the realms. That's why they kind of move side to side. Even if they're in a straight line, they still delve between the two. Um, there's something spiritual about snakes. And maybe you're supposed to dive between the realms, like this realm and the psychic realm, the spiritual realm. Maybe you're supposed to weave between the worlds, and maybe that scares you to go and do that because you don't know what's on the other side of that. You don't know what knowledge or wisdom you'll gain by following talents and gifts that you have, or um, but yeah, look into all of it. Look into the spiritual meanings of the things. And if you sit there one day and go, oh, I've just realized that might be that, and then absolutely have a Google, go and see what you find. Sometimes I follow one thing, one part of a dream, and then I get a side thing like about a place or something, and then I go and look at the place, and then it takes me to another side quest. But it takes me to where I actually need to be. Trust your intuition, go down the rabbit holes, follow it. If you feel compelled to go and look into something that you find on the path while you're looking for one thing, go and follow that too. um there's all sorts of symbolism in dreams, and it's not just, oh, I had a dream about sleeping with my ex, so I must want my ex back. It's not even about that. Sometimes it's not even about sex, full stop. Sometimes it's about something else. So yeah, write them all down. Write them all down, every dream that you have, because you may find as you go through them there's actually a theme between the dreams as well. Lately I've been having dreams where I wake up from the dream and then I go back to sleep and I go back to the same dream. So I'm pretty sure they're not just dreams anymore. But yeah, because sometimes by choice I go back to the same dream. I'm like, I want to go back to that, and I choose to go back, and I do. So even if I've been awake for like 20 minutes, I can somehow manage to go back to them. So sometimes it's because we're in the dream space. We're in the dream weave. And so we're picking up things. And because it's in the shadow, the unconscious, it's not wired the way the conscious is. And so it gets it does the best it can. It's like somebody half understanding a language and using broken English. They use the wrong words sometimes. And so it's just about deciphering it and breaking that down again. But yes, there are messages for you in those dreams. And I've really gone off tangent there. Really sorry, guys. So with that, we are at 2 hours. So I am going to pop off now because it is 10 o'clock, and I'm going to honor that dreamweave, and I'm going to go and find it. So thank you to everybody who has joined me this evening. If I didn't get to you, I'm really sorry. I am on again on Thursday with Laura of Ascending Butterflies. For those that don't know her, go and pop along to Ascending Butterflies. It's an incredible group, especially if you're in a what's the word I'm looking for? A dark night of the soul kind of vibe, where we're struggling with the delves of the shadow and deep emotions and definitely grief. It's a really great group to go in and connect with others that can help you navigate that journey. It's just a really kind, supportive space that also has the spirituality aspect of it. So yeah, I'm on with Laura on Thursday at 7:30. What else have I got on? So yeah, if join me for that. I'm sorry if I didn't get to you tonight, guys. I just go to where I'm called. Thank you to everybody who donated. If you want to leave feedback or a review of some kind, feel free to do that on my page. It is just facebook.com Magpie Moonchild /Magpie Moonchild /review, or you can go on my page and leave a review. That's entirely up to you. Even if it didn't resonate, please leave a review, because I want people to know what actually happens in a reading. I don't just need all the good stuff. I need people to say, hey, she got 90% of it right. And that's good. What else? What else have I got going on? I have 3 more weeks of the tarot course at the moment. I will look into creating that development circle. I'm gonna development group. I don't know if that's going to be anytime soon, but I will look into creating that so people can read for each other. And then maybe, just maybe, we can create an environment where we all grow and we all develop and we all have a go. But we'll see. Anyway, thank you to everybody tonight who joined me. I'm sorry I've rambled on about a few other things on the side, but sometimes things come through for a reason. But yeah, I'm going to go now. I'm going to go have a cup of tea. I'm going to go have a cup of tea, and then I'm going to go and rest my head for a second, and then it'll be tomorrow. But blessed Letha to everybody, blessed to Yule to anybody who's on the other side of the planet. If you're doing rituals, I hope that you enjoy them, that you get the energies that you need from them. I'm going to go and do myself a Letha tarot spread because I found lots today, and yeah, I'm going to go and have a play. Oh, Jesper, I had a mouse living in my place for 2 days, quite cozy for little friend. Then I found shelter in my shoe, and I stepped. Oh no! Oh, poor little friend. I hope you helped it over to the other side spiritually. Yeah. Wow. Poor little mouse. To be fair, maybe he should have warned you he was in the shoe. But yeah, poor mouse. Right. On that, I am going to go now. And I'm back on Thursday, 7:30 UK time. Like I said, I will be on that one. I'm just on Facebook. So if you're finding this on YouTube or Twitch, come over to the Magpie Moonchild Facebook page. Alexa does not know that one. And yeah, I'll be on the Facebook page, and I will be into sending butterflies and also Sayuna's Day that night as well. So the soul tribe of Sayuna's Day. So it's already set up. If you are in any of those groups, you can help. You can click the reminder button. I'm not creating events for lives anymore. I'm kind of doing the reminder on the StreamYard link, because otherwise I personally get lost when there's an event and then a separate StreamYard. I just get lost. So I decided to just put it up with an image and the details on the StreamYard link straight on the wall. So if you've seen it, do the interested or get the reminder button or whatever it is. There's a little button on it and it says get a reminder. Click that and then you'll get a notification when we come on. And yeah, if you want to join us for that one, I haven't spoken to Laura, but if you want to put a donation through for the pair of us, I will do that. I will divvy them up 50-50 for us. But yeah, come and join us on Thursday. And I'm going now because I've been saying that for 5 minutes. Thank you, everybody. And I will see you Thursday, or if I don't catch you then at some other point next week. But bye for now.